Muy buenas a todos gamers, bienvenidos a un nuevo vídeo, a un nuevo gameplay de Genshin Impact y sin más dilación vamos a continuar con las historias que tengo pendientes. Te recuerdo que hace poco hice la de Nobilet y ahora vamos a por el duque, que vamos a aceptar ya mismo. Así que vamos allá y vamos al Fuerte Merópide, por supuesto, porque no puede ser de otra forma. Así que vamos para allá. Y nada, vamos a proseguir con esto, ¿vale? Así que nada, vamos a visitar al duque, que ha sido muy rápido. Así que vamos allá. Vale.
Well, he does look kind of intimidating. He's actually... Paimon wonders how he's like with the people here. Yeah, he must be doing something right to make...
La verdad que la experiencia aquí dentro en el Fuerte Merópide fue un poco extraña, a la parte que interesante al mismo tiempo.
Excuse me, is someone passing by? Could you do me a favor, please?
A ver, ¿qué pasó?
Nope, Paimon wasn't dreaming. There's someone over there for sure. But...
Did you hear my call? Thank you so
Ay, alguien dentro de la caja. Ah, muy bien.
Why are you hiding in here anyway? If we hadn't happened to pass...
It's a bit complicated. Can we not talk about that for now?
Whoa, that's terrible.
No, it was nothing quite that serious.
Just your hat? Huh. Wait, Paimon gets it! Something must have happened to your hair! Sorry. So that's bad. You just need your hat, right? Look!
I think you may have misunderstood me, but never mind.
Okay.
It's a soft and brown hat with a bit... I think I probably lost it near the entrance elevator. It was getting a bit hot, so I took it. It's really important to me, so your help would mean...
Don't worry, we'll
Ok.
be back in no time.
Hay que buscar una gorra, por alguna extraña razón. Vamos a ver. A ver...
Paimon doesn't see anything here. Let's go somewhere else. Just where is that
Va a ser
thing?
que no.
Oh, this is taking longer than Paimon thought. Nothing in the water either. Oh, we've looked everywhere and still not seen anything that looks like a head. Oh, that's a good... Why don't we check out the rag and bone shop? If memory serves, they've got all kinds of stuff in there. You let Paimon pick out... Well, either
Qué
way...
bicho. Ahí Paimon, tú y las compras. Vale, ¿dónde vamos? Para acá, vale. Creo que es la primera vez que vamos aquí. Sí, efectivamente.
Paimon doesn't remember you being the boss.
Well, I'm just standing in for Mr. Alvar while he's off restocking the Now, just wait a sec. Oh, you must be
De jengibre glaseado, me encanta.
No. Well, you're half right.
Sorry, I never thought I'd get the chance to see. I hope you find it in your magnanimous...
There's no need to put yourself down like that.
Why, your heroic actions at Aeneas have long made their way to the... We heard that you were personally received by His Grace, and you're one of His Grace's favorite people, so of course, everyone wants to... Well, I figure you'd appreciate... After all, I also only joined up here because I'd heard Mr. Alvar. And no, I've only caught scant sight of His Grace since... I mean, we've all got agendas, but rather...
Oh, so now you're trying to kiss up to...
Well, I did mean it when I called you legend. Oh, enough of that. Is there something you're looking... No problem. Hey, feel free to check out anything you want.
Wait, but that's...
Well, it's not like I'm getting paid to watch this shop. Life's been pretty good recently, so I might as well just wait.
All right. Paimon will take a look.
No abuses, Paimon, no abuses.
Are you sure you don't want more?
It's all right. 2 will do. It just doesn't feel the same if the owner's... But anyway, we don't need to get into that right now. We can discuss Paimonology. Thank you so much. We'll be off then.
No problem, and thank you for your patronage.
That's a real sneaky way of getting good reviews. We've been gone a while. Paimon hopes that guy in the box hasn't passed out from lack of air.
Estoy bonita yo. No me apunto, pero corto.
You can come out now.
You did? Oh!
Wait, so you're not actually bald? You've got such a...
I mean, I told you that there had been a misunderstanding. Wait, this isn't my hat.
Well, we got you a new one. We tried really hard to look for your hat, but...
Ah, I see! Thank you.
Does it have some kind of sentiment?
What? Sorry, I can't explain.
If you're looking for a hat, I just picked one up over here.
Qué oportuno, Duque.
Your Grace!
Oh, hey, Wriothesley. It's been a while.
Well, it's a slow day today, so I decided to go for a little stroll. Even if your workspace isn't cramped, I'll say, I'm not at all surprised to find the two of you here. You never could turn down someone's request for help.
¿Esa es la extraña gorra? Por favor.
It's what good adventurers do after
Eso de que
all.
tiene falda. Bueno.
Is that so? Maybe I should consider asking the adventurers. As I recall, these hats are very important to members of the Beret Society. You might not have the same luck next time.
Understood. Thank you so much. Then I'll be off.
What a strange guy.
Mhm.
Oh, and has he done something wrong?
Oh, not at all. In fact, members of the Beret Society are model prisoners. They work hard and never get into trouble. As for him, I'd guess he's just more of an introvert.
Huh? Shy? There are...
Prisoners are still people, after all. There are as many crimes and motives as there are. The idea of the criminal as a selfish, heartless... What kind of a person a prisoner may be and why they've committed a crime, we'd never know these things if they don't share their story
Es
with
verdad.
us.
Hay que comprender las cosas, que no significa justificar.
Huh. You've got a point. Anyway, it's all good as long as it makes sense.
Although most of the societies here will just turn individual brawl, the Beret Society does appear to be an exception. If you have some time, why don't we grab something at the Coupon Cafeteria? And if you're still interested in the Berets after that, I can take you.
Paimon's not the biggest fan of that cafeteria.
All right then, please follow me.
Tu, 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 tu.
Welcome, Your Grace, and the Traveler. Would you like 3 orders of today's welfare? Unfortunately, we weren't informed of your visit in advance, so we did...
I'll pass on the food then. What about you?
Then Paimon will also pass.
What a pity. It would seem that none of us can
Then, I must beg Your Grace to find me some more ingredients. If you're not in the mood to eat, I can get you some drinks.
Yes, please? Huh. Paimon did...
It's not for everyone.
Oh, now that's what Paimon likes.
2 bottles coming right up.
Our first meeting took place on short notice, and we were both swamped by everything that happened. I'm actually quite fond of stories, you know. Of course, the others have already told me a lot about your deeds and...
Oh, that'd be quite the long story.
Impressive. Not all who possess the courage to risk their life for their ideals also have the strength to make... Had you not possessed these remarkable qualities, I probably wouldn't have had the chance to make your acquaintance in the first place.
Paimon gets the sense that you're...
La cara de
Earlier was
Paimon.
obviously trying to get us to put in a good word for him, but You're the Duke, right?
Well, after all, you did help the fortress and I maintain our autonomy. Is it so strange that I would want to give a few words of praise out of genuine admiration? So this is a matter of trust. Which is unfortunate, since I don't have nearly as interesting of a story to offer about myself. I was convicted and sent here at an early age. I only became the top dog after spending a long time figuring out its inner workings. Power and control come in many forms. Some fair and ethical, others less so. So, what do you think? Didn't put you much more at ease, now did it?
Kinda. You're really difficult.
I'm perfectly aware of that too. But even so, that doesn't make me think any less of you. I would very much like to maintain friendly relations with you two.
Your Grace, after following your instructions, we were able to find a box of undeclared contraband in the latest shipment of... They were extremely well hidden, and we've confirmed that the senders have been using this method to smuggle goods for a while.
Got it. Leave the box here and contact me immediately if you make any progress. You're dismissed.
Yes, Your Grace.
Sorry, I'd almost completely forgotten about this.
She mentioned something about contraband.
Not necessarily. The term is just applied to things people want to bring in on the sly. Many people here are experts at pulling rabbits out of the most ordinary hats. Now, what do we have here? It's more or less what I expected.
Whoa, this is certainly a box of curiosities. Wait, if you've confiscated this entire box...
Yep. We can't just send them back up now.
What? But that's just insane profit! Traveler, why don't you become a duke as well? Paimon will be your vault keeper!
Claro, claro.
Jokes aside, I didn't know you'd be so interested in this box. How about this then? You can...
Really? You'll let Paimon pick anything? No take-backs. Paimon will have you know that she's got a real good...
I never joke about things like this.
Alright,
Ay,
Paimon's
Paimon.
gonna have a look. Paimon wants... this one. Actually, never mind. Paimon doesn't want this gem anymore. Can Paimon pick something else instead? There's something weird about this gem. Paimon remembered a lot of bad
La verdad que tiene un
things when
aspecto
she
extraño.
Paimon couldn't even tune them out. It's as if the gem was just drawing them.
Is that so? Let me give it a try. Paimon's right. I too experienced some unpleasant flashbacks. Are you sure? I wouldn't exactly call it fun. Fair enough. Go ahead.
No. Ahora ha recordado todo lo del hermano.
You also saw something, right?
I'll take this gem then and run a thorough... You do have a point. In that case, we should destroy the entire box.
Le di
and all
demasiado
its
rápido.
content. Seems like we're almost done with our drinks too. Let's go check out the societies. I can introduce you, and we can also continue
Esa
our
gema ha
conversation
captado
while
mi
we're at it.
interés.
Wait, are you this free every day or something?
Just noticed? I wasn't exactly busy the first time we met either.
Las caras de las dos me matan. Me matan.
We are honored by your visit, Your Grace. All of us at the Society have been waiting for your arrival. Are these your two guests?
Let me introduce you to them. Traveler, this is Dugier. The members can find all sorts of drinks and snacks here, as well as a large variety. Every once in a while, the Society will also host activities and seminars.
You flatter me, Your Grace. All we did was set up an organ. It's so easy to feel lonely and helpless when you arrive here for the first time. But that's when the thought came to me. Thus, it was with your help that I...
Oh, so you were also involved with the...
My part in this was minimal. All I did was follow procedure and rubber stamp. I'm sure you have a very good sense of what this place is about by now. But the Society is a great place for those who wish to...
Exactly right. Here, we keep an eye on each other and remind each other of our goals. Our operations are entirely funded by members' donated goods and credit coupons.
Who knew you could find such a place in the Fortress of Meropide? Oh, right, and what's the deal with the hat?
Ah, there's nothing deep about it. I just felt like we needed some
La verdad que sí, son llamativos.
If our members felt joy and pride from being a part of this group, then the hats would become a point of... And when we're together, we will feel a sense of community from seeing optimism, community, hard work, and a desire for a new life. I hope this hat will show everyone everything.
Why?
In other words, that hat has come to represent something like a model citizen, which also helps them recruit new members.
Once again, you are exactly right, Your Grace. That's a part of our goal as well. I'll ask the members to get us some drinks. Please, wait here just one moment. Feel free to look around, too, if you want to learn more about us.
Oh, right. What happened to your slow...
Seems like I shouldn't underestimate an adventurer's keen sense of observation.
Yeah.
Kidding, of course. We're just discussing some small matters. We've also already gone over the organization's vision. Instead of listening to me try to explain some more, maybe...
Why does Paimon feel like he didn't answer the question at all? Yeah, they're supposed to be like the model prisoners, right? Hey!
Oh, hello. You are guests of the Duke, are you not? I'm organizing the bookshelves. We've got some classics, as well as a few books that the members publish themselves. Yeah, most of them are writing diaries or autobiographies on their time in the organ. Some quit drinking. Some learned to tailor. We find it kind of funny. You see, had we managed to stay above ground...
Ah, it's because you all have a lot more free time.
Not only that, but we've also now got the mental space to think about taking on new things. Before we came here,
Qué
we
curioso.
were constantly exhausted just with how the Duke and Mr. Dugier have organized our lives down here, though. All we need to do is think about the things that we want to do.
Qué cosa.
never know
La
what you
filosofía tan
may be
diferente
good
que
at
tienen
until you
aquí
give it a
con
try.
respecto a arriba.
And while you're here, no matter what you do, you won't get judged for it. After all, there's no...
So, this is something like a
Sí, eso pensaba yo, una especie de oasis.
Yeah,
Está
that's
muy bien.
exactly right. After all, not everyone is good at fight. And that's it. I just finished organizing this shelf as well.
Don't worry, we will.
Welcome to our gathering place. Is there...
Oh, it's okay. We're just taking a look around.
Well, that's not a bad comparison. It is my job to explain our amenities and benefits to... I'm sure Mr. Dugier has already explained some of... Besides this space, which our members use to rest and relax, we also have an entertainment... These rooms are open to all of our members. We want everyone to be able to use their free time to the fullest.
Wow, that's pretty cool. Do you have a restaurant?
Unfortunately, we don't. We started a collaboration with the cafeteria a while back, though, so... They'll let us borrow their kitchen to do some simple...
Yeah, Paimon can definitely see how it'd be easier to live your life if you had a...
Yep, and that's exactly why Mr. Dugier founded this. We all think we made the correct choice to...
Creo que es la cárcel más productiva de todas, por decirlo de alguna forma.
Hey, you there, newbie!
Hello? Are you talking about...
Yep, I'm talking to you. Now, why don't you follow my lead and take a deep breath before letting everything out like this? Ha! That's how I pump myself up.
Por la cara.
A lot of my friends have found it super useful too. With one shout, you can release all the fatigue, resentment, and unpleasantness from your lungs and return to the day with all the optimism in the world. don't you also give it a try, huh? I promise that it'll work.
Paimon's gonna be...
Feeling shy? Just remember to take a deep breath.
Una extraña forma de motivarse.
Talk to everybody. It sure sounds like they're all pretty happy. That would explain why Wriothesley only had good things to say. Huh. It looks like they're starting to wrap up their...
Of course, Your Grace. I will attend to those matters right away.
Okay, then I don't have anything else to add. Oh, you're back. What did you think about this place? Now, note that your opinion will also...
Oh, wait. I didn't know they were also a part. It's all right with me, though.
Paimon thinks it's pretty good. Don't think anyone expected you to get a society going here of all places.
So it seems that you were able to get a sense of...
The prisoners here all have very different personalities and Our needs are like violent beasts. If we can't face them properly, they'll grow restless and enraged. But if we can placate them, they lose their fangs, and they can even... Which is why, in my opinion, learning to reconcile with oneself is the first step on the path.
You've hit the nail on the head, Your Grace. Before I founded the Society, I had met too many, and I'm sure that a part of your support is rooted in your desire to help those people find their way.
And Paimon thought everyone was enjoying life just fine, working and fighting.
Of course, that lifestyle is more than enough for some people in the fortress.
Speaking of fighting, I'm not sure if you knew this.
What? You fight in the ring too?
Oh, I almost never need them.
Hey, isn't that the guy who lost his hat? Did you come here to relax? What's wrong? Did you forget about us already?
Are you feeling all right? You are looking a little pale.
No, I'm fine. Thank you for helping me get my hat back. I'm sorry, but...
He's still as weird as before.
Dugier, do you know what's up with him?
I'm also not too sure. After all, it's my responsibility as the leader to make sure that no one...
We'll leave him to you then. Where were we? Oh, right, about that. You might have thought that I was joking. And when emotions run high, things often spiral out of control. That would be when I need to pull out my gloves to... Sometimes you might need more than just gloves as well. This pair of handcuffs has also come in handy quite a number of times. Oops.
Oh, isn't that awful gem? You're still carrying it with you?
Yeah, I kept it on me because of its special qualities.
Go on, you guys. Pick up the item for His Grace.
Yes, right away.
No, no lo toques.
That gem shines with quite the dazzling light. I hope it hasn't been damaged.
It still looks good to me. Say, Dugier, have you ever seen a gem?
Never, Your Grace. Don't think I've ever been rich enough to afford this kind of a thing.
I guess that's fair. We've already gone over most of the things that I wanted to talk about, so let's wrap up for the day.
Got it, Your Grace. Take care, everyone. I'll take you to the exit.
Aquí hay gato encerrado, por supuesto.
Traveler, Paimon, it was an honor. I'm sure everyone would love it if you were to visit again.
And same to you.
Paimon doesn't think we made any plans for the rest of the day. Why did you lie to him?
Well, what's your opinion of this society?
Paimon thinks it's... Paimon doesn't remember exactly what... There's only one potential problem. If this...
That is certainly a possibility. But at this point in time, they're still reducing my workload by managing and rehabilitating. I wanted to see just how much they've managed to accomplish. I arranged for a meeting out of curiosity, but then...
Dissonance?
I'm sure the Traveler has sensed it too. As expected, you also picked up on it. The whole truth is a bit complicated, so I'd hoped to take care of it in secret, but now,
You completely
Normal,
lost my...
Paimon.
Why don't you take this opportunity to check back on the gather? If my hypothesis is correct, Dugier should already... And with his watchful eye removed, you may...
Can't you just tell us exactly what to expect?
I'm just following the most popular playbook in Fontaine. Investigate, obtain evidence, and then use the truth to render judgment. It's been so long since I
Lo
got to
dicho,
watch a
investiga.
performance at Opera Epiclese that I've even begun to miss it. I'll explain everything to you later. But find out what you can from them now while they're...
Toda esta mierda, ¿no? Justo como dijo.
Huh. It's just as Wriothesley said. You said you felt there was something off about this place, right? Paimon will do her best to help.
Wait, you guys are...
We're really sorry. We just realized that we...
Oh, okay.
Nobody? It's okay. There's no need to... We'll just look for it ourselves if...
I'll go find Mr. Dugier.
No need. We're just looking for some... We can look around for it. Hey, hello?
Hello? How can I help you? The Beret Society offers a variety of resources.
You don't know...
Sorry, that's not what I meant.
Are you still organizing the bookshelves?
Yeah, and... I'm
We weren't thinking about that to begin with, but...
sorry.
Qué sospechoso todo.
Hey, big guy!
What do you want?
Isn't this how you greeted us earlier?
Oh, yeah, that's right. You sure? I ate something earlier, so You're looking for something, you said?
Okay, Paimon sees what you meant now. Seems like they really don't want to talk to us, so let's just head back.
Oh, you're back. How were things at their headquarters?
It was as if they had all turned into completely different people.
That would prove my The dissonance I mentioned earlier was precisely that fleeting moment of fear behind the cheerful facade.
Right. He was acting super scared too when we saw... Actually, has he...
And that's precisely why I took his hat.
Jojo.
Oh, so the one who's...
O sea, que fuiste tú quien se la quitó o algo.
It was you all along!
It's because I wanted to figure out what's really... I don't believe any of Dugier's talk about unstable mental states. Not too long. Dugier made very elaborate preparations for my visit.
Okay, but if you think something's wrong, aren't you the Duke? You can do whatever you want in this...
Well, maybe you're actually a better fit for the position than I am. In all seriousness, however, cuffs and the like should be used sparingly. They're mostly for show. Everything I do is on display. The way people see me act determines the kind of world I can create, and I've always striven to appear fair and reasonable to the people.
That sounds a bit deep. Paimon's not sure she got all of it.
Yeah, you've hit the nail on the head. I have to lead by example if I want to maintain and that's why even though Dugier had already let a few things slip, I didn't want to...
Alright, so you're saying Dugier has figured out some way to control the members of... And even though the members are acting all optimistic and motivated, it's all just a show.
Indeed. He certainly seems to be using some coercive methods to turn his members into the most upbeat and motivated group of people I have some faith, though, that some of the members understood the hint I gave during our visit. The line has been set, and it's quite likely that a fish will bite.
Fish? Bite?
Let's give them some time. My guards, you can find me in my office when the time comes.
Hey, don't just leave before you've It's finally evening. Wriothesley's probably wrapped up his investigation. Paimon has no idea what that guy's thinking. Let's just go find him and ask him what he's really up to.
Oh, here you are. Did you manage to land a lucky pull?
Let's just get straight to the point. Has anything else happened with this society?
Patience, Paimon. Even as the situation continues to brew, we still need to make sense of what we learned. I'm actually still thinking about the first thing that came to my mind when I noticed something amiss. Why didn't anyone come to me about it?
Oh, that's a good point. Could whatever they're afraid...
But even if such a thing existed, how could they be so sure without checking with me first? It'd be one thing if it was just one or two people, but... Which leads me to believe that it's more likely that they think I just wouldn't care to help them. Yes, something like that. Dugier must have told them something to make them think, so it became imperative for me to refute that and prove my true stance. Of course, I had originally planned to do this in a more covert way, but I had to improvise when you... There was no way to keep our investigation a secret after that.
That makes sense. Wait.
The last thing that guy wanted was for Dugier to find out that he'd lost it. He would have never brought the matter up on his own. But now, not only has Dugier found out that he'd lost his hat, he's also realized that we were the ones that likely set his internal alarms off all at once. Yes, that's the conclusion I came to as well. It's the only thing that could explain. If we didn't act right then and there, Dugier would probably come up with some other way to hide the truth, and so after giving the matter some thought, I tossed that black gem onto the ground. I must say, I was pretty satisfied with the results.
Ah, so you did that...
Yes, that's right. Of course, that box was discovered as part of our investigation of this. I had no way to know if any of the members had actually seen the gem before, but since I had to do something, I decided to gamble. Right. And I said back there that I had no idea what the gem represented. That should have been enough to let people know that it's... And since I was traveling with you, heroes who have never turned a blind eye, they would also understand that we're here to help, rather than to tolerate or uphold the status quo.
You used us as a part of your plan too!
Me gusta la forma de pensar del duque,
My apologies. There was no time and quite a lot to explain, but I can assure you that I've now told you everything there is to know. Of course, you're under no obligation, but I would really appreciate it if you could continue to lend me your support and help me. Would you be willing to...
But Paimon's still mad at you!
You have my thanks. Now, there are still two outstanding matters in our investigation. I've examined one before. There was nothing suspicious about the item. The other is the true purpose of the black gem. We haven't been able to get anything out of it. It's my hope that a brave fish will take my bait. I'll put some music on while we wait.
Qué relajante.
Excuse me, Your Grace, but may I come in? I'm afraid that someone's been following me.
Please, do.
I apologize for my lack of composure. These two are the guests that came with you to our gathering place. Yes, my lover Faisal told me all about you. Please, help us, Your Grace. He's...
Slow down, take a deep breath, and start from the top. What happened?
I'm sorry, Your Grace. I will try.
You mean when we saw him at the gathering place?
Yes, he fled immediately. but many members are hot on his heels. Thankfully, he still managed to meet up with me and explain everything that had happened. Now that he's lost Dugier's trust, what awaits him is agonizing censure.
Censure?
Censure is Dugier's method of establishing control, as well as the thing we all fear the most. Rather than listening to me explain what it is, every secret may be found within...
Here you are. I was wondering where you had run off to in such a hurry. Please excuse us, Your Grace. It was never our intention to disturb you like she rambles often, has hallucinations. It may be best.
I don't recall hearing a knock or giving permission.
Oh, my apologies. I merely did not wish for Your Grace to be alarmed.
Like we believe you.
Please, there's no need to be upset. It's only natural to want to side with the poor.
Well then, what if the reasonable man wants to hear the lunatic out?
That would be perfectly fine with me. Oh, and just so you know, we've also found the missing Miss... Thankfully, he has already returned to his senses. We've brought him back to our place, so there's no need to worry.
I'm sorry, Your Grace. I don't have anything more to say.
This is what you're afraid of, correct? You can tell me everything. I'll do...
I've never seen that thing in my life.
Your Grace, I don't think there's anything else you would like.
It's all right, Evise. As long as you tell me what it is that you're terrified of, no matter what it is, it will no longer be able to hurt you.
Your Grace! Forget it. I'll keep my mouth shut. I've already...
I'm sorry, Your Grace. But I really don't have anything more...
But why?
In that case, Evise and I will be off. Once again, please
Miss Evise, please show me your head. That is an order. There's nothing there.
Your Grace, I know you have long tired of my words, but the Society has never caused trouble for you or any of the guards at the fortress. Why are you doing everything in your power to prove our guilt? I'll do anything for you, as long as you give me the word.
Your words bore me. You know the consequences if I find you.
Everything that I do for the Fortress of Merópide. All right, Evise.
Just what's up with that guy? He makes Paimon really
Te diré.
mad. We should have
Pues ya
shown
será
him
más
his
incómodo.
place.
Sooner or later, all will pay the price for their arrogance. Oh, he must have been well prepared for this exact scenario, or he wouldn't have dared to be so openly hostile. The entire society are his hostages. His subordinates would definitely react if he were taken, and that's why he dared to bare his fangs right in front of me. The true secret of the society is neither on the hat nor... Dugier probably knew this from the very beginning, which, however, if we were to look at the rules, it would also seem like the head...
Yeah, none of this makes sense to Paimon.
The hats are definitely being used to hide a secret. But if there's nothing on her head, from the way Dugier acted, I need to think about this a bit more. I need to think about this a bit.
I have an idea, but...
Huh? What is it? Tell Paimon about it!
You mean this thing? So, she handed a key piece of evidence over to us without Dugier noticing. That would mean that Evise didn't stay silent out of fear. She stayed silent because she'd already given us what... Let me take a look. I managed to remove this from the hair clip. It's long...
Paimon's lost again.
Let's see.
Hey, what are you doing? Wait. Some kind of dark
Anda.
And some of it has been absorbed by this thorny-looking thing.
You've probably heard before that water is filled with the strongest emotions of humanity. With that in mind, this liquid is probably a highly
Oh, so that's why even touching it will make you remember unpleasant.
Dugier would be able to censure others. I can only imagine how it would feel to have this directly injected into your brain.
Ala. Wow.
The moment it hits you would be like being flooded with all the terrors you've ever agony.
Yo, vaya manera de manipular, loco, de maltratar, básicamente.
No wonder they're all so
Increíble.
terrified of it.
So, was the hat meant to cover up their wounds?
That might not even be all. Let's go get them right away. We can't let Dugier escape.
Impresionante. Wow.
Your Grace, we have taken the Society members into custody. They all tried to flee just a little while ago, as if they had received some kind of order. We decided to forestall their plan, and were just about to send the word when you unexpectedly arrived.
Great work, everyone.
You had prepared for something like this all of...
I had them stay here to keep an eye on things. Perform a thorough search of the Society's headquarters.
Understood, Your Grace.
¿Qué pasa?
Now, let's check on them. As expected, they all have a hollow thorn inserted into a wound on their head.
Ña.
Paimon's glad her eyesight
Tja,
isn't
¿qué
so
pasa?
good that she can see it from here. Paimon's gonna float away for a bit.
They probably left it there as a lasting reminder of Dugier's.
Ños.
People must have had to endure an unimaginable amount of...
La leche, tío, qué psicópata. Chuo.
Let's go check out the other areas, too.
Hey, come here. Have a look at this. This is a book that Paimon found in a box next to the book. The colors of the covers are completely different, though. And the names of... Yeah! And they dared to claim that they wrote these...
Qué pasada. Vaya teatro.
Look at what I found. This is a surveillance port. With this, Dugier would be able to remotely monitor everything that's happening at the gathering place. So even if Dugier's not there in person, he'll still always have eyes on the Indeed. It's easy to become lost and confused when you're given no instructions or any... And if any action you take may be deemed a mistake. And perhaps it's better to do less. Dugier has already tamed them to his will.
Ña.
Your Grace, Your Grace!
What's the matter?
We couldn't find any Society members in the other areas. It also seems like none of the equipment in those rooms were ever used. The lime scale, the layers of dust. We also investigated the members' residences and weren't able to find anything. They're unable...
Oh.
They're gone? That could only mean...
Indeed. As long as he allowed Society members to mingle with others, even with threats of censure. Meanwhile, this marvelous gathering place will lose all of... So instead of being his real base, this is just an elaborate and only the most docile and well-trained members were selected as his...
But then... where...
Let me... Dugier must be holding all the rest of his members in another place. And if the overseer of my fort... He must be in Dugier's pocket. I'm of the same mind. Let's go. You two, follow me.
Ay, no, me equivoqué.
Did that person flee here?
That's the most likely scenario to me. He's probably already caught wind of Dugier's Let's keep heading down. There are some abandoned areas in there. We should be on the right track. Let's go. We can take this path. You guys take the other.
Look! There's a fallen guard over there! I would see some society members too!
After them!
It's rising! Run!
Did Dugier send you? Why did you attack that guard?
Come on! It's time to talk!
I will take your cooperation into consideration when it...
Mr. Dugier, he didn't want this guy to... We were just about to dispose of him when you...
So, in other words, your headquarters should be this way.
Yes, it's just down this way. You'll make it there once you've seen it pass through a large drainage.
Guards, take them away. Let's go.
Para la cosa tensita.
It's about time that we find out what...
El reino de Doyer. Vale, muy bien. Vale. ¿Podría utilizar al duque? Dime que sí. Dime que sí.
Yeah, these are all former work areas. They've been left abandoned due to... There are usually guards on patrol here. It would seem that all of those... Stay sharp. He's got a...
¡Uy! ¡Qué guay! Puedo utilizar al duque. ¡Oh! Es ataque físico. ¡Guau! ¡Qué pasada!
Illusion shattered!
Not bad. Stay tuned. Face your gift.
¡Guau!
Life goes on. Hey, are you okay?
You're safe now. Just follow the guards and leave this place.
Who knew that there'd be Gardamex here? Dugier really prepared for everything.
And that would explain the strange decommission requests I received, as well as account for all the Gardamex that seems like he's prepared for an all-out...
Hey, what's this?
seems like some kind of handbook. Let me see. Ah, this should be the society's rule. Members are not permitted to speak to each other. 5 members shall form a group, and the whole group will be punished for any single... Anyone who reports a fellow member's misbehavior shall be rewarded with food and water. I see.
But that's just...
To obtain food and water, prisoners are forced to snitch on others. To avoid punishment, they learn to stop talking with one another. This leaves the wounds they've already received to fester, however. Finally, isolated and without hope, they accept their fate. Do you remember what happened to Paimon? She rejected all the snacks in the box. She's usually all for tasty snacks, but she chose to go against her instincts.
Ugh. Is that the best example you could come up with?
No, your decision was valid. However, it's also valid to interpret. The human heart is like a raft in a vast and empty ocean. Those who use fear to lead others astray must pay for that crime. If I'm not mistaken, the space ahead should be the central area of this place. Rather than confront Dugier, I think it's more important right now for us to rescue as many society members as possible. You guys should wait here. We'll try to open the door and check out some other spots.
Open the door. Would we have to do something to this mechanism? Forget it. Pirate's just gonna do some Whoa! It's turning! Is it because we touched this thing? The other side's open! Let's go.
Let's begin.
Lo que mola al duque no está escrito, ¿vale? Lo que mola al duque no está escrito.
Activate the mechanism in front of us first, just like before.
Looks like there's a mechanism that's gotten stuck. It won't turn alongside the others. Is there something we can do? The water level's gone way up. So that's how we'll make it to the top.
Hombre, la cámara es horrible, pero bueno. Mejor. Mucho mejor.
These should be the prison cells. Lots of empty cells in here. Dugier's probably moved them elsewhere already.
Esto sí es una cárcel y lo demás tontería.
Hey, it's all right now.
No, I won't. So close to me.
No, we're not gonna do that. Please calm down.
We won't be able to get through to her right now. Not with the stress response in the way. I'd also guess there are many others here who are more or less like her. Let's let the guard...
All right.
Hay que coger tirria a estos mecanismos. Vale. Ahí está.
Door's open. Maybe it's His Grace. I'll go take a look.
I leave this area to you. Make sure to bring everyone out safe.
Understood. And please take care as well, Your Grace.
Just focus on the tasks you've been given. Let's go back. We have that mechanism from the first room. Maybe don't forget to bring...
Vale. Está bien girada, así que no te muevas. Vale. No sé si es así, vamos a ver. Claro. Ay. Claro, no tengo más. Es que este se mueve, ¿no? ¿Cómo voy a evitar que no se ¿Ves? Es chungo esto, ¿no? A ver. Espera un momento. Cuando gira para acá, esto está para allá. Entonces necesitaría 2 movimientos más para que apuntara para allá. Jolín. Vale. Un momentito. Joder. ¡Por fin! Es complicado, ¿eh? Pero ya está. Por fin. Ni más.
I must confess to being furious. To think that there are still some of you remember their names. Fasal, and today you will see with your own eyes what'll happen to those who betray our cause.
Psicópata.
Go on, Avis. Pierce his skull with the thorn in your hands. And of course, you will do it one drop at a time. Let it do its magic again and again, and don't stop until you've pushed all of it in.
Thistle, I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'll find a way to...
Oh, shut your wretched mouths! When did I give you? My rules are the paramount law of this place. Only more pain will come to those who dare to...
That's enough, Dugier. Your rabid screams have been beyond nauseating.
Is that His Grace?
Oh, Wriothesley. I knew you would come, but must you still refuse to let me be? Did I not spell everything out for you already? What's so blasphemous about
it? Would seem that you can't see the difference between sharing and looting. And on top of that, look at your people. Are they not starving as you
Jaja, esa
wolf
frase es
down
para
your
enmarcar.
cake?
Para que en un trozo del pastel te faltan modelos en la mesa, me encanta.
Stop acting all high and mighty like some hero of justice! Have you forgotten? Nobody in this blasted fortress is innocent! We are all irredeemable monsters who have destroyed something. What's so wrong about punishing those who deserve to be punished? And please, are you really gonna tell me that you care about their lives and well-being when you just need a supply of labor to keep this place running?
Sadly, you're wrong on both counts. Unlike you, I've never seen them as currency. The fortress is not only a place for confinement, but also a place for rebirth. Just as people are free to give in to the darkness within their hearts, they are also free to seek redemption. They may have made mistakes, but they are still human beings with people and things that they cherish. And most importantly, they should always retain the freedom to choose their own path once they've reflected on their past misdeeds. But you're destroying their spirits with fear, taking their freedom away so that they'll become slaves who will never again feel or think. And you say that's what they've always deserved? You are nothing compared.
He's really mad.
You think me arrogant, Wriothesley? Well, I think you're too young, and nobody actually sees this fortress as any kind of just a wonderful place. See it for what it is. No prisoner will listen to you out of gratitude of their hearts. The whip is the only way to make them obey. Had you been just one step slower, I would have already taken control. Your vision gives you strength. But how long?
You talk big, but in the end, you know nothing outside of power. Let's have a seat.
There is no escape.
Easy, easy. Lo que mola al duque no está escrito.
If you think fear can control everything, well then, terrify me.
Don't high road me. You're just another crook. And it's time you got treated like one.
What's the matter? Too scared to shoot straight?
I'm warning you. Unauthorized punishment and torture are prohibited here. As the Duke, you should set an example.
Funny how that slipped my mind. Well, from this point on, you can forget about that rule. The rules of the fortress are there to keep the likes of you in check. But if the Duke wants somebody dead, he needs no justification. Understood?
Tela marinera. Telita. No enfades al duque. Pasada. No me voy a fiar de una gorra en la vida.
Sorry for taking so long. Did I keep you waiting?
No, not at all. Paimon didn't know you were so considerate.
If you ask me, I'd say I actually feel very helpless. I could comfort and compensate them all I want, but I have to take responsibility for it, as does the fortress. Yeah, it's the least that we could do.
So, do you have a plan for how you're gonna deal?
Oh, Dugier? For now, I think I'll do nothing.
Huh?
I think it's a very fitting punishment for him to have to imagine the sorts of punishments that he'll be left in the dark with. Of course, that's not to say that I'll be letting him off scot-free. It's not often that I actually get the chance to be creative with my... I'm going to talk to the members of the society. He'll get a chance to experience everything that he's ever inflicted on them.
Paimon didn't know you could also be so harsh. Looks like she should watch her tongue when...
Why do you think I'd do that kind of thing to you? Anyway, jokes aside, thank you so much for all of your help. How about this? I'll treat you to a meal in 2 days at the Coupon Cafeteria.
Qué mono.
No, Paimon's had enough of that.
Don't worry, it won't be the same old welfare meal. I'll make the necessary arrangements.
Oh, then you've got yourself...
Ay, Paimon. Ay, no, tengo que esperar 2 días. ¿En serio? ¿Me vas a hacer esperar 2 días? Pues lo voy a adelantar, a ver. Pasado mañana... Por aquí. A esperar un poquito, pero lo voy a adelantar porque si no, me muero de asco. Tito, 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 tito. Ey, pero ¿no ha pasado 2 días todavía? ¿O es que me he pasado? Me da a mí que me he pasado. Voy a poner mañana... Ahí está. Creo que me pasé de hora. Ahora sí.
Ah, you're here.
Paimon never forgets about meals. Even if the traveler forgets, that's not what Paimon meant at all.
I'm a little confused, actually.
Hey, not you!
Jokes aside, I've got some good news. After taking a look, the doctors have let me know that it shouldn't, which means that everyone should be able to recover after a period of rest. As for their mental recoveries, most are making good progress as well. We've added a few who were more severely affected to it.
You sure got everything taken care of, right?
I try my best. After all, it's my duty to take care of everything that happens within my territory. Please, go ahead. Ah, that's a bit of a long story. I once had a similar experience. It had to do with the host family I lived with as a child. I was an orphan, adopted by a couple with a great deal of love in their hearts. I had many siblings, and we all adored each other. Once we were older, Mom and Dad would turn us over to be individually adopted by families of greater means. They were perfect parents.
And then?
And then, I found out we were merely raised as livestock.
Joder.
All children that were sold would leave the house, and nobody would know what became of them. As for the... Did you know I once considered myself an extremely lucky child? I was also not the first to find out about the truth. All those who found out before me were simply added to the disposal pile. I could never shake the feeling of irony every time I juxtaposed their tragic ends against our parents' adoring smiles. Yes. Like the society, my parents created a facade of joy, lied to satiate their desires, and even employed incredibly cruel methods to keep their grasp on power. They did all of that, but never considered how their actions would utterly ruin all the children they took under their wing. But I did. So in the end, I killed them. And set all of the remaining children free.
Amigo.
My methods were extreme, yes, but I was still a teenager at the time. I'd been betrayed by those I trusted most, and I didn't think that more moderate ways would solve my doubt, and helpless anger pushed me forward until I got what I deserved. It's all right. You don't have to tell me what you think. I've already committed to this path, regardless of what. The least I can do is to make sure that the same tragedy will not happen again in my new home.
Sorry to disturb you, everyone.
Oh, it's a visa Fasol. Are you two feeling better yet?
It was all because you arrived in time.
We came here on impulse today, because we were hoping...
Please, go on right ahead. I'll do my best to help.
It's... I'd like to be...
Anda. Anda, qué inesperado.
We met each other through the society and both fell into... But even during our time there, we never doubted each other. We opened after this incident. We...
You could say we managed to make the best of it, but we're still both prisoners. And so we are just wondering...
You're right in that the fortress is never hosted, but that's no
La verdad que es
reason
un
to say
sitio un
no,
poco...
is it? I'll help you make the arrangements. If you need anything special shipped in from the surface...
We can't... We are actually also planning to stay here after the conclusion of our sentences.
Vaya.
Yeah, we've already made tons of special memories here. So now, it'd be too hard to leave. And we have full confidence in the fortress's future with you at the helm.
Your trust is the highest form of praise.
Hey, loosen up a bit. Shouldn't you be the happiest man in Tavati?
Yeah. I'll always take a genuine expression of faith over it.
Qué guay. Me ha gustado, me ha gustado. La verdad que sí. Y ha volado un pijo utilizar al duque, tío. Qué guapo. Me encantaría pujar por él también. Ojalá. Ojalá. Pues bueno, mi gente, hasta aquí el gameplay de hoy de El Duque. Espero que les haya gustado, que hayan disfrutado. Y sin más, me despido hasta el próximo gameplay. Por supuesto que me queda furina. Así que hasta luego.